Typhoon plus Unicoms and 40% guys. No communication helps you with the latter. I must have missed something. You got loads of steel from those Santa containers. So did I, Highfire. I bought a ton of those Santa containers. I was thinking about buying more of them, and maybe I should. I've got so much steel now, though. I don't know that I care either way. How much steel do I have? I screenshotted it earlier. I have 244,000 steel. I think I'm okay. What is that at 30,000? That you would say that. That's 8 ships worth, right?
Yeah, it's only about 8 steel ships worth.
Yeah, that's enough steel. You should have range mod, but you spec yours for ambushing destroyers. Okay, in that case you want reload, right? So why do you think I need more steel, SAT?
So you can buy more steel ships.
Or buy all the steel camouflages? Lol.
Yes, you need a steel camo for every tier 10 ship. So a 30k steel ship will cost 40k.
There you go. You're detected. Okay, it's the gearing. And I like your predictive torps. That's... You see so many destroyers that go right there. Are you gonna hit him with torps? He's stopping and smoking. I don't think he will, though. Nah. Oh, you did. Got him with the 1. Okay. Now, you're in a Mogador, you don't have smoke. So I think your best play here is to get yourself turned south. So that you can run as soon as you get the cap, but... the gearing has not left... Oh, nope, he left the cap. There you go.
You don't have any real way to kick him off.
No, you don't. And you got a Ruprecht, Moskva, Cleveland, Nushishimi, and a Magi coming your direction, last known. I think it's really risky to sit here like this. Oh, look, you lost 2 ships.
I would recommend getting turned around at the very least.
Yeah. Cleveland. AP to the side, I guess, but cap first. Next update is most likely Wednesday. Why did you shoot? You probably figure it's gonna take him a while to turn. Okay.
Yeah. Cleveland's not focusing on you, so you can take the cap no problem.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you citadeled him? Is the update when we get Prusen? I'm not sure, Deadliest, how they're doing that. Wait for the patch notes and they'll tell you, is my recommendation. Good opportunity kill there on the Cleveland. He totally let you have that.
Paid actor.
Oh, you okay, Stevie? Stevie just sneezed. He usually doesn't sneeze. Oh. I gotta put the lav can back on. Because he's on the left. There he is. Look how happy he looks. He looks so happy, Stevie.
I'd actually take this time and just get out of the island.
Absolutely. You don't need to be here anymore. And I love how the Petro's joining you too. Oh, too late. If you're gonna stop and reverse, I would engine boost to reverse quicker. Highfire says, okay, February patch 11.1. Gotcha. And yeah, Delny is what's replacing the Kava.
Yeah, there's no reason for you to be here. There's, you don't have anything to shoot at. You can easily dodge in open water, so you really have no reason to stay in a cap.
Mm-hmm. And you're doing it now. Another ship down. There goes the Petro. For some odd reason, he thought he was safe behind the island. I don't know why.
Yeah. There was also that Cleveland that you picked off earlier that apparently had the same idea.
So you got the FDG on fire. I would probably stop. No, never mind. He DCP. Keep going.
I'd slow down a little bit just because you're going to lose angles and range on him, which you just did. Okay, I guess you're not going to shoot at him then.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't really go for New Tsushima. He outspots you by about 1.5 kilometers.
Yes.
If he's anywhere decent, which he might be considering New Tsushima was an ex-steel ship and is an overly priced coal ship, then he's not going to get spotted.
Yeah. You do have the option, since you're going this way, you do have the option of possibly torping the Prince Ruprecht as he comes out from the island. But that's contingent on you not being spotted, and you just got spotted, so never mind.
Yeah. Why do you need to go for Rupert there? You have the Lepanto. Like, Lepanto's your diff mate, he can take care of it.
And Nustrashimi is opening up with guns, figuring he's got a super heal, why not?
So, maybe one of these destroyers then.
It's probably the gearing that's back in to see, or it could be the Moskva too. Trying to spot the destroyer for your div mate. I noticed, yeah, the Lepanto is your div mate. Okay. Unfortunately, while this is happening, you lost your Zumo too.
Yeah, the rest of your team is falling apart. You need to tell your div mate he needs to fend for yourself while you plug the other 50 holes. Nusushimi is not going to kill him immediately, so he's fine.
Mm-hmm. Now, I do understand the idea of charging this particular flank at this point. Nusushimi is sitting in smoke, firing his guns. Don't shoot, get up close, detect him, and then you decide when to engage. Matter of fact, I'd almost flip my guns to ensure that I'm not stuck against the border when I do engage. Because movement is important, especially when he's stuck against the border too. Oh my god. Oh my god. You better. Oh, your torps are off. Fire your guns. Oh my god. Torps, 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 torps. You could actually hit him with your other torp. Oh. Oh my god. Somebody capture that on the clip. That was ridiculous. That was absolutely ridiculous. Panic, fire everything. Wow. Oh, SAT, you want to go back to your comment about that quality player?
I mean, it was definitely well worth it to kill the Nusushimi just because of that hilarious 20 seconds there. But look at your map control. You pretty much have nothing. Like, you ran over, killed into Nusushimi. It was well worth it because of how interesting that engagement was, but you basically just lost the game.
Oh, that was great, though. Yak Diagon, I have some question. What steel ship choose? You got Shiki now. You think between Stalin or Incomparable? Stalin. Personally, I'd go Stalin.
Competitive, I think, starts to favor more Ragnar now. Stalin's just kind of fallen off.
From the radar nerf?
Just not only from the radar nerf, but just because of that change where she can't take fire prevention. She takes a lot of fire damage, and because of that 2 battleship change, her worth as the 3rd battleship is actually not that important.
Hmm.
Basically, she
Nice.
doesn't. Her unique ability to take a battleship as the in a cruiser slot isn't very interesting anymore.
Okay.
Very useful, at
Okay.
least.
Nice kill, by the way. Stalin buff incoming. That's right, Simboto. Stalin buff incoming.
Stalin actually kind of fell off, disregarding the radar nerf. Like, you can give
Hmm.
it back to radar, and people still won't take it because she burns too easily.
It's true. There's no more fire prevention for her.
No fire
Papa
prevention.
12B. Thank you for the follow.
Like, I think most people would take the Moskva over to Stalin now. But even then, Moskva is second to the Petro. You always take a Petro first, because she's ridiculous.
Hmm. Yes, Ragnar is still worth it even if you have Småland. Småland and Ragnar are very different ships.
Mm-hmm.
You might think that they're the same because they're both pan-European, but they are very different ships.
Småland
And
is much better at anti-destroyer. Ragnar is a bit better at taking out cruisers.
yes, and Ragnar doesn't take damage as much. I do have a video out about that called "Why the Ragnar is OP in King of the Sea." Worth checking out on YouTube if you haven't seen it yet. It doesn't have torps. It doesn't need them, Dark Lord.
Yep, it has Elbing accuracy, which is the best in the game, and it has 30mm pen, so you can take on pretty much any cruiser if you kite properly.
Nice Dev Strike. Sad Kraken below noises. Lol. Yeah, because it was a Kraken below King of the Sea game that demonstrated the power of that Ragnar when the Ragnar went up against 3 ships: a Worcester, a Gearing, I think it was a Gearing, and a Marceau, and won against all 3 of those. Cool guys don't look at explosions. Damn right. Cool guys win the battle, and you can see Brandy is trying his best to win the battle right now.
You'll actually see you'll see a fair amount of teams run both the Smolensk and the Ragnar.
Oh yeah?
The most common combination is Smolensk and Marceau. Teams could also run Smolensk Ragnar. But usually if they don't have a Smolensk, they'll probably put in a Ragnar, just so they have some sort of radar.
They still have a sub, that's good. You start looking at the map more? Because your div mate went down? He's still alive right now.
Yeah. And you know where the Shimakaze is because of that smoke.
Yep. And last known of the sub is in B. Range is probably better if you're going to farm with Ragnar, if you want to deal with destroyers. Gun reload, but Ragnar destroyer is okay. Honestly, it's up to you what you'd prefer.
Kleber's there for the main battle reload booster. The torps are kind of minor.
Three minutes to go in Stream Raiders, ladies and gentlemen. And there you go. Alfonso takes out the FDG. So the question is, do you go to A to stop point gain next? I guess so?
You're gonna have to kill everyone at some point. The point difference is simply too much.
Right. But getting the cap at A does slow down the enemy point gain and extends the battle a little bit longer. Hey, Bort. Is that long enough, though?
You'll need it. Just hope that Elbing can take on Shimakaze, I guess. Well, I guess it depends.
And there goes the Lepanto.
Ah. Yep. At this point, I'd actually just go help and run down the Shimikaze in U-190 because I don't trust Elbing to win.
I would agree. Just go follow your radio location. Follow your nose. Sniff out the enemy and kill him.
Yeah. What you're essentially saying is I'm hoping the Elbing can 1v1 the Shimikaze and not die to the sub.
Your
Sub?
health is actually equal to Shima.
Yeah.
It was. Elbing took care of it for you, though.
The sub is a non-factor, so I'd be okay just leaving a rando go taking on the sub because when was the last time you've seen a sub play well?
And kill a destroyer and all that stuff. I mean, yeah. Good night, Nyak Diego. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Good to see you as always. And I hope you have a good week, man.
You have 5k HP. That's more than enough to beat Shimikaze.
Yeah, exactly.
You can actually beat, let's see. You can actually beat a Shimikaze at double your HP, no problem.
I think he's outside your range.
Like, French saturation is no joke. You can, with 6k HP, I expect you to win the trade against a Shima with 10 to 12k HP. Especially if you have main battle reload booster up.
Now, your Elbing is doing the right thing. He says, I'm going to keep the sub spotted so he's forced to surface. That's exactly what he should be doing. And now you should be engine boosting right to him just to make sure the Elbing is successful.
Yeah, and taking a cap means that the enemy can no longer win on points, which is perfectly fine.
Right. Alright, looks like the sub was forced to surface for a little bit. Or maybe he's dropping depth charges. I don't know about you guys, but I noticed that, there it is. In this game, it's actually riskier for destroyers to depth charge than cruisers, which is pretty ridiculous if you ask me.